Hi. Welcome back to Real Life Talk with Blessing. Yes. Guess who went to an event at the Catholic Church? Yes, that was me. So I got invited to an event called Confirmation, I think, at the Catholic Church. So a friend of mine said her child was getting confirmed and she would like me to come for the event. I said, okay, no problem. When is the day she told me? I said, okay, no problem, I'll be there. So I went and it was a different experience actually. It was a different experience on its own, really. The Catholics have their own doctrines, which is amazing, by the way. So it was time for the event and parents were getting their words ready, and while this was going on, a woman was shouting at her child, and I quote, "Are you stupid? What do you mean by that? You must be crazy." She lost sight of where she was completely, and the child was crying. You know me now, I couldn't just stay. I can't. When it has to do with a child, I will put nose, I couldn't just take it. I had to stand up and go meet her. Madam, what's going on? What's the problem? And she said, can you imagine? This stupid child said she doesn't want to get confirmed. So I turned to the child who was crying seriously and I said, hello, darling. Why did you change your mind? Your mother has been planning for this particular day. Then I realized she was only confused and needed explanation, which the parents didn't give. And I said to this little child, my darling, what you're doing here today isn't for your mother or for your father. You're doing it as an acknowledgement to God, your creator. So she shouldn't feel forced. Now she cleaned her eyes. I asked her, do you like being a Catholic? And she said, yes, auntie. And I said, then this act here today is you confirming you are proud of being a Catholic. It was fun, I always like to get into kids. I always like to solve kids' problem. She said, auntie, can you walk with me to the front? I turned to the mother and she said, please help me, madam. So I told her to smile and be happy because it's a special day for her. You need to see this child. She became so excited and smiling. I felt so good, really, solving that problem. But now to the real gist. Parents, guardians, don't always feel because you are the parent. The child has no say in the decisions you make in their lives. Let me share this very bad experience I had as a child. Growing up, we used to play a lot. There's what we used to call a mababa, where you have mother, father, and children. Those plays we play now, we use tin of milk and everything to cook and all those things. So there's this house I didn't used to like, but it was my father's friend's house, Uncle Monday. I can't forget the name. I was 10. So because I play a lot, I get easily distracted. Thinking about it now, I think that was what saved me completely. I've not shared this story before with anyone. You see, at the age of 10, there's one of my father's friend. My father used to say, let's go there after school, but I didn't like to go there. I didn't know why. I didn't just like to go there. But my dad always be like, no, you must go there, He never asked me why I didn't like to go there. But he kept saying, you must go to that house. Once you come back from school, you go there. And my friends actually do stay there. So we used to play this Papa and Mama, will cook and everything. So one day, we're playing as usual. Then my father's friend, Uncle Monday, I can't forget, he's very tall, called me. But because I was very playful, I was in between. He's calling me, I'm hearing, but I'm not answering. I'm doing what I'm doing, you know. Blessing! He screamed, sir. I got up. I know my father listens to this podcast, and it will be good he hears this. It's a lesson for every one of us. And I jumped up. He said, Blessing, come here. Come and give me cup. I said, okay, sir. I ran. By the time I entered the room, the man was behind the door. He was completely naked. The cup was on a table. He kept it. He intentionally did it. It was like a trap. He kept it on a table, away from the bed. He was behind the door. So when I come in, he's just going to close the door. So I got in and I saw him naked. It was gross. He was a grown man. And thinking about the picture, I would have been destroyed. Seriously. I shouted. So I started calling my friends outside. Because I wasn't this kind of child you just hold their mouth. Thinking about it now, I realized I was really that outspoken child. But because there was a lot of keep quiet, shut up, I think that was what just made me couldn't express myself. So I screamed and called my friend. His name was Ikbomosa. I think he's in London now. I don't know. He's married with kids. You know, I called Ikbomosa. I screamed. And he ran. So at this point, the man knew, okay, now someone is here. Someone is aware this child is here. He opened the door and pushed me out. This is the first time I'm sure my father is hearing this. I didn't know what it was then. To me, I just saw a naked man. It was gross. So I was telling it was my best friend then. I said, ew. I was just like, see Uncle Mondi, see, I see him just, oh my God, because we didn't speak English, I was broken. See, I see Uncle Mondi, you know, it was very gross. We talked about it, but we didn't tell our parents. I didn't tell my father. He did not tell his mother. You know, things like this happen on a daily. Children are being victims. Please, as a parent, watch out who your friends are. Your friend could be eyeing your child. Your friend, you say, oh, my friend, is a mature man. Your friend could actually be looking at your daughter in a different manner. Don't force your kids anywhere they don't want to go to. A lot of parents do it a lot. It's actually very dangerous. Oh, it is very, very dangerous. So please don't do it. If a child is not comfortable with an uncle or an auntie, talk to them about it. What's up? You used to like this person. What happened? Speak to them. Not interrogation. Speak to them. You know, find out what's going on. Rape has been there for centuries. Thank God for social media. That is what is bringing it to limelight now. Social media is helping exposing this wicked act. I was telling a friend yesterday when she shared her story with me. She's an orphan and she got into a very toxic marriage that has really made her depressed and suicidal. She shared her story and there was rape in it. And I realized a lot of women have been abused. But because of culture, the society, a lot of them couldn't speak for themselves. Please, as a parent, don't force your child. A young girl's parents, she's one of my clients. Her parents moved her to another school in another state. Unfortunately, the girl was raped in her new school. She became a shadow of herself. A vibrant girl, full of life, became a walking mute. When I met her, we got talking, and she told me, I felt heartbroken, even though I don't talk about that with my clients. Sometimes you listen to them, you feel really heartbroken on their behalf. And she said she can't tell her mother because her mother will blame her for it. How will a child feel that way if truly you are not that kind of person? Give your children opportunity to speak for themselves. Give your children opportunity to come to you. Be approachable as a parent. Listen to that woman. Out there, she lost her self-control. A mother in church, you're calling your child stupid, foolish. And you say you're leading that child to God. I know it's not easy. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. When you feel overwhelmed, instead of lashing out, lock yourself maybe in your room. Just be on your own to relax, instead of lashing out. I'm glad anyway. I was able to solve that girl's problem. She felt good at the end of the day. She had fun, and everyone was happy. So, I hope you learned something, that the adults who could rape your children are your close friends and families. And also, do not force your child to go where they don't want to go. Find out why. Okay? Thank you so very much for being with me on Real Life Talk with Blessing.